What's up, nobody? I'm losing control over my life. In this video, I'll be explaining how I created my esports organization ranking, but first, generic call to action. I already covered the results of this ranking in a previous video, which you can watch by clicking the link in the top right corner of the screen. Before looking at individual World Championship tournaments, I established a baseline value for each game that I included in the ranking. This value is based on the number of championships held by that game per year and the total prize pool awarded by that game through its World Championships. To further elaborate on a point made in the first video, I only looked at World Championships in order to simplify the rankings for myself and to create some uniformity between games. Basically every esport has a different method for structuring their season, but each one included in the ranking consistently holds World Championships. Specifically, World Championships as recognized by the developer of the game or by the community if the developer is taking an incredibly hands-off approach. This is why, for League of Legends, I did not include any of the IEM World Championships, because they are not recognized by Riot. But we have 32 CS 1.6 majors, because they are recognized by the community as World Championships, and Valve had no alternative. To get back on topic, the baseline value is found by multiplying the championship coefficient, which is the inverse of the championships per year value, by the percent prize pool coefficient, which is 1 plus the total game prize pool divided by the total prize pool for all world championships. Basically, the baseline value represents the relative prize pool awarded by a game per year per championship. From this value, we can now look at individual world championships. For this part, I'll specifically look at League of Legends, so that I am able to, in good conscience, say this video is about League of Legends. In addition to the baseline value, the first place value of a given world championship is based on its prize pool, the number of participants, the minimum number of games needed to win the tournament, and the countries and continents represented by the players at the tournament. All of the initial values were found on Wikipedia or Gamepedia, depending on whichever site had the better information. The values for prize pool and number of participants are the exact numbers found on Wikipedia. The country and continent numbers were found by looking through the country representation data. Then, the minimum number of games to win the tournament was found by counting through the lowest possible number of matches a team would have to play in order to win the event. For 2020 League Worlds, 12 teams were directly invited to the group stage. This group stage was a double round robin, so each team functionally played 3 best of 2s in the form of 6 best of 1s. Then, a team that made the playoffs would need to win 3 more matches to win the tournament, for a total of 6 matches played. I then used these values to find what I called coefficients based on those values. The participant, game, and country coefficients are all 1 minus the inverse of the given initial value. The continent coefficient is the initial value divided by 5. Then, the prize pool coefficient is e to the power of the tournament prize pool divided by the total prize pool for all world championships. These equations were chosen in order to reward tournaments with higher prize pools which represented as much of the world as possible, with formats that put teams through the ringer. The first place value is the game's base value and all of a specific tournament's coefficients multiplied together. The second place value is the first place value divided by 4. These final values are then awarded to the first and second place teams at the tournament, the results of which are found in a different video. And that is my system. It is probably terrible, but I am satisfied with the results. The goal of this project was never to create a perfect system, but to create one that at least looks like it works. If you don't like my ranking system, please feel free to make your own.